I'm also recording this to document my progress. I have my setup so that there's two monitors. One I'm able to zoom in on, and the other one is used for recording. Because the last several times I've tried streaming, I was watching the replay and I was making myself sick with how much I was zooming in and flipping the canvas and all that. So I'm kind of taking that away from you guys so you guys can see where I'm sketching and I'm not obstructing when I'm zooming in. That's perfect. So I think this stream is going to go by pretty quickly because I'm on a mission to paint the face. And that's what we'll do. I've invited quite a few people to the stream, but I'm not going to be able to see who's watching. So feel free to let me know in the comments. So I'm going for an aesthetic that's realistic, but entertaining. So not cartoony. And I've developed this process over, I don't know, 10 years, over 10 years of drawing professionally, and many more years of drawing on my own. And it's not perfect, but I think I'm at a place now where I'm starting to really enjoy it. And for a long time, I was looking for my style or looking for my voice in art. And I think you finally find this place where it's you don't care so much anymore about what people could possibly say. I'd rather be creating and be critiqued rather than not creating. And I want to also be engaging here. So the content that I'm choosing to upload has to be quick paced, and I think it has to be interesting from the beginning. So I've done this sketch on the side, and then I'm just painting today. I'm going to drop the opacity of my lines even further. I very much want this to be a render. may have made a mistake there. I wanted to have my blend tool set to this layer only, and I accidentally had it on sample all layers. I don't know if this Hey Udok. Thanks for chiming in on the chat. I think that's my my old time friend Kyle. It's good, nice to see you, man. How are things going for you, man? What have you been up to? I'm just trying to be honest with myself and review the quality of my painting. It's so easy to just let it go. And I don't want to do that. I really want it to look fucking spectacular.
Young Meef just followed.
I heard that in my ear. That's the first time I've had a follower on stream. Thank you for doing that. Sienna passed out on top of me, and now I'm making dinner for Gretchen. Oh, it's Matt. Hey, buddy. Thank you for watching. That's so cute. That's like the picture, the quality picture evening. I hope Gretchen and Sienna are doing well. Young Meef, thank you for following. Feel free to like introduce yourself to me because I'm not going to know anybody's handles. I have been feeling lately that I'd like to start maybe dabbling in tattooing. Obviously that would come with a huge commitment, and I've already got enough going on, but something to think about.
Dedrek just followed.
Thank you for the follow. Had to pop in to visit. We may have played Guitar Hero a couple times at the Manny House years ago. The Manny House was the place to The place that many like friendships were made, I think. The Mannies had such a great group of friends over all the time. Guitar Hero was awesome. I think I might have to change the sound of a new follower because it's like ripping my eardrums apart. Thank you for the follow, Daedric. I feel like I recognize that, but I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't even know how to turn the sound down on my alerts. I'll have to figure that out for next stream. Look at this FZD quality of work. I don't want to assume who you are, but I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Yeah, FCD was like one of the best schools for this sort of thing. But you get what you put into it. You get out of it what you put into it. You know what? I do have a browser setting. Let me see this. Can I control the audio? Can I like put a gain filter on and then, or like a filter and then reduce it? Noise gate? Oh wait, what would it be? It would be a compressor, right? And then lower the threshold. Maybe that'll like remove the entire sound altogether. I don't know. Output gain is probably where it is. Let's try that. Good idea. Oh, look at me trying to draw on my OBS screen. I still got to get you guys to come up and hang out with me here. I'm trying a new lighting model. In school, we were taught the linear model from like white to black. It's on a linear scale, so every 10 percent is like a 10% step towards black from white. But I'm trying a new model. Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's a new model based off the cosine law, where the blacks are compressed, and it's supposed to be true to nature based on like a matte surface, which I think is a more beautiful lighting scenario. Oh my gosh, what's it called? I wish I could remember it right now. I don't want to look it up. What are you making for dinner, Udak? No, I appreciate you putting me up. That's just gonna help me. And you get to hear my beautiful voice. I'm at 9 viewers, and that's the most I've had on live. So I appreciate everybody who's watching right now. Caitlin's probably coming home from work right now, so my dog's gonna be barking for a bit. I'm just gonna mute myself.
Dicey Caruana just followed.
Caitlin is coming home right now, so I'm not sure if that was her or not, but the dogs have seemed to start barking. Thank you for doing that, Udok. That's awesome of you. Alfredo white pasta with shrimp and broccoli. Sounds delicious. Hi, Dicey. Thanks for the follow. Steph Tooney. I flip the image because it's like giving my eyes a refresh or a reset. Because if I look at the image for too long in one way, then I get used to it. And then I could like not know that there's some obvious thing wrong with it. So giving my eyes a reset is like taking a break from the painting and then looking at it again after a month. I'm just tricking my brain into that kind of effect. I'm trying to get into this habit of laying down the color once and not going over it again, because I have a tattoo friend who's kind of like mentoring me through like the basics, and he's like giving me tips on how not to mash up people's skin, which would be great if I can avoid that if I start tattooing. Thanks, Marcy. Mom. This is a digital drawing, so the lighting would be better than the traditional drawing, but I did improve the lighting setup for when I do traditional again. Just the like most subtle curve of the shadow will display the contour of this lip. don't know if this nose is reading like I want it to. Maybe the bounce light's too extreme. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna be a friggin' I'm gonna disrupt the industry because I'm not gonna go through a traditional apprenticeship. One, I can't afford it, and two, I don't need to learn how to draw. But if I could figure out how to use the machine and adhere to the quality standards and healthcare and best practices and safety and all that, then I might be able to work out a deal with somebody. I mean, I wouldn't want to have like competition with somebody who's like traditionally trained and all that. I mean, it makes sense to me. Otherwise, that's just gonna make me mad. Like, if people want to gatekeep the industry, then they're just gonna have these people who are gonna show up right off the boat. Needles plus me are not a good combo. No, I totally understand. Yeah, so I did a practice drawing. I've got a little tester kit, and I made a couple tattoo drawings with the machine so far. The first one was a complete disaster, but the second one I kind of started to understand, and the second one is way like worlds different quality than the first. And what I'm finding is I like to draw on flat surfaces, but like drawing around the arm is like drawing around like something cylindrical like that. So I'll have to get used to that. So I'll have to lay my fake skin over like a cylinder and try to draw like that. That's, for me, crazy. And I have mad respect for like my friend Scott. He tattooed my left forearm. He did this one, and he's been like kind of talking me through certain things. And it wasn't until after I tried using the machine that I understood what he's dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Totally unlike drawing, but it's similar, but it's like such a mechanical process. You can't just like pick up a pencil and just draw on people. It's much more involved than that. So lots of respect for them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to be a professional by the time I start tattooing skin. And I know like that's a oxymoron. What is it? Fucking paradox? I don't know. So I have this idea for this painting where it's like the eyes are black and sinister looking, and then the skin's white. And so the skin has all the shadows. So the skin has to be a totally different value structure than the eyes, in that like the skin, like the darkest parts of the skin don't even touch the values in the lightest parts of the dark. And so it'll be like two languages, which is kind of interesting, I think. And you could see like where my highlights are. Like I've got my highlight here. So this gray right here should be darker than the darkest parts of my light. I don't know if you could see what I was pointing at there actually, but this gray right here should be lighter than the darkest parts of my light shadows.
Don't think that you've seen in my head all my dreams. I'm changing. Don't think that you've seen the dust and the debris. I'm changing. I'm changing. I'm changing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, painting minis. I have a so I also picked up Warhammer. I have Daemons of Nurgle. Like that type of shit. It's like my favorite. And I haven't painted them yet, but I've assembled some of the kits that they're awesome. Another game you should look into is called Frostgrave. I think it's a little bit cheaper of entry, and it's like one-off. It's like one-off campaigns. Like you can play it battle ready. Like if you're going up to a friend's house, you could play one session and be done with it. And I thought that was cool. So I have a couple of barbarians, pirates, stuff like that from them. Yeah, bloaty boys. Yeah, one of the tips I have for that, and I'm sure you already know if you're painting minis, is like paint them all black and then take a top down white and just like spray the tops so that all the top surfaces are white, and it gives a real nice fall off to all of your gloss, your oily covers and oily washes. One of my bad habits, picked up working at a desk and drawing for many years, is my posture. I gotta like remind myself to sit up. Nice. Yeah. Blue's great for like showing sky, like the environment color as sky. Do I have a favorite theme to draw? Like fantasy? Yeah, definitely fantasy. I find that to be the most nostalgic. Like that, like drawing has always been part of my life. And I'm searching for this nostalgic feeling that I've had since a kid. And I can't get it anywhere else except for drawing. And if I pick up a pencil and I start drawing, if I'm not thinking about what to draw, I'm drawing goblins, orcs, trolls, stuff like that. but not like a traditional orc like Warhammer or like Blizzard. I'm drawing orcs like Paul Bonner and Paul Bonner, Brian Froud, Jim Henson, stuff like that. What are some of your favorite games if you still play video games? Or what were your favorite games?
I am Sammy M just followed.
Hey, I am Sammy. Thanks for following. Nice. Yeah, I had a level 40 hunter, like troll hunter or something. I can't remember. It's been years since I played, but I was definitely Alliance as well. Man, it's been, wow. I think I stopped playing before I even went to art school, which is like over 10 years ago. Love Warcraft. I think the lighting on the nose is a little bit confused here. I want this aggressive, like downward aesthetic from his nose, his smile, and his chin. I just want it to be very sinister, but I'm trying to make it look good too. So that's where we started. That's where we're at. Yeah, wow, 13 viewers. Thank you guys so much for sharing this. Thank you for everybody who's watching. 13 is amazing to me right now. Random, but when you're drawing, do you think of top to bottom or center out? When I'm drawing traditionally, I will draw from the top left down to the top to the bottom right because I don't want to smear my my drawing. Because my hand can smudge the graphite. Traditionally, I'm only focused on the face because that's what I've got on my stream. Otherwise, like I could move around this whole painting and it could be a mess. A good question. Thank you again, everybody who's watching. If you have an account on Twitch, just let me know who you are so I can appreciate you. Hey Jake. Yeah, just black and white. I'm doing this to be like closer to a tattoo style. I'm just practicing my values because I feel like if I start tattooing, I will I will only do black and white. And I want to be like hyperrealism, or I want to go for hyperrealism. How did your stream go? Did you end up getting under what was it, 2 minutes for that track? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I totally understand what you mean. So like yeah, some people what they'll do is they will lay out a rainbow of colors on the page and then work in grayscale. So they desaturate everything, and then when they put the colors back on, when they resaturate everything, the painting looks interesting still. It just goes to show that as long as your value structure, in meaning as long as your black and whites make sense, then the overall color will still read properly. And then it creates these wild and abstract color situations which we wouldn't want to think about, because like there's certain color combinations that we naturally gravitate to. So doing it that way is just an interesting way to like come up with different like color ideas. Usually they find harmony in them as well. All right. I get to this stage and then I'm like, okay, I want to move on to something else, but I can't. This is the minutia. Like it takes the longest. Include me in one of your D&D campaigns. I want to come play with you guys. But I haven't played D&D in a long time. We switched to Pathfinder. I think character creation is a little bit easier now in 5e, but I might be wrong. I'm really trying to stick to this like cosine law. I want to look it up, but I also don't want to stop drawing. Essentially, the blacks are compressed, so the ambient occlusion, which is like the darkest, like the crevices on the face where the light can't really bounce into, those are the darkest, and that's called ambient occlusion because the light is actually like physically occluded. And so from the AO to the like core shadow, everything's compressed, and then it's like basically whitewashed out with like very, very subtle grays, and it looks amazing. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. But it's so light that I almost have to even decrease my line drawing underneath because it's confusing me. I need it to be there, but I want to just very barely see it. But I also want you guys to see it too. So thanks for coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed dinner. Awesome, man. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for sharing my stream. Say hi to Gretchen, Sienna. Give Sienna a hug for me. Oh my god. Oh. I thought I was painting on my line drawing. Damn it. Fucker, I'm doing it again. I hate to erase my line drawing, but I have to. Okay, now I'm starting to get mad at myself. It's too light. I mean, too dark. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Mama Curb just followed.
Hey, Mama Curb. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I had an idea for a Jester. And I just came up with the line drawing, and then with the values here, I'm just using my understanding of how light affects form. So essentially how light hits an object and bounces and stuff like that to inform my painting. So in this case, I had an idea, but I don't see it fully in my mind first. I know that I wanted the eyes dark and the skin to be light, but that's about it. After I picked up my kids from school today, okay, so let me give some backstory. All winter, I have been snow plowing my driveway and kicking the snow off to the left. All winter. So like 2 months of like just throwing the entire driveway snow to the left. And today, I even took that snow that I had piled up and I snowblowed that into one pile. And I built the kids an epic snow fort. It's got ramparts and like murder holes, tunnels. It's awesome. See how I'm bouncing back and forth from like this piece to that piece to this piece. Like I'm painting the nose, I'm drawing the left eye, the right eye, the mouth, and then I'll go and I'll repaint those areas again. It's because as I paint one area, I start to see how the other areas talk to this area. So like I will render the eye and then I'll come back and render the nose and then I'll see something in the eye that I should add to or erase. And then as I do that, the nose has to change, stuff like that. So it's just me enjoying painting and watching this come up. Oh, yeah, I wanted to put on my noise filter. So I have a noise filter. If I zoom in to like here, you could see the color. It's because, oh no, I can't, sorry. Okay. Because I'm recording on 2 screens, you can't see me zoom in, but there's a noise filter. I'm not sure if you could see it on screen that I've had turned off. And I put it on everything and it kind of gives a even nicer quality to the painting. I'm just gonna bring this back here. All right, so for people, 11 viewers, that's friggin' nuts. Thank you guys. So for people who are just like looking at this now, this is where I started. I've been painting for 48 minutes and I'm this far. So this is why I think people are wondering why images take so long to render or tattoos take so long to draw. It's because of this. Like I want it to be amazing. I want it to be irrefutable. Like I want people to look at this and be like, damn, that's a cool image. But I'm at a place where that's the reaction that I want. But also people in general can criticize me, and I'd rather be in a state of creation and create rather than not and be afraid of those critiques. And the fear I have is like, this is a human face, essentially. And so everybody on Earth knows what a human face is supposed to look like. So if I'm off a little bit, then, it could look strange. And the other fear is everything I do here that's really friggin' cool, like on the right hand side on his right eye, I have to duplicate on his left eye. And I'm hoping I can achieve that because I like how that is looking, but I don't know if I can reproduce it.
I'll be chasing forever, trying to get to you. In between my darkest days and nights.
Yeah, I got a video of Harper going through the tunnel. I'll share that.
Liaquinu just followed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for following me. How are you? I need to figure out how to turn down the sound of the follower because it's so loud. I'm not complaining. It is a welcome sound. It's hard to explain, but I'm going to try to explain this. And if you're a non-artist, then I don't know, you might think I'm crazy. But there's a flow when you're in a state of creation. There's a certain flow where you get into this rhythm where like you're engaging with your painting and you're finding harmony in every spot. And I think it's like, I don't know if it's like a spiritual thing or a physical thing, but you're like adhering to the laws of nature. And like, that's what makes a piece look interesting is you're adhering to the natural flow of like, of light maybe, or like physics or something like that, where if you're capturing something and it's in a pure form, like maybe you're harmonizing with like natural cosine laws, or like, I don't know, it just, there's a certain rhythm that you lock onto and you get into this stasis. And when I'm first drawing, I can't find it. I don't like what I'm drawing. My hand's clunky and I have to find and engage with that rhythm. And I really think it's like this God power. And when you're a student, like you still have that. You still have those rhythm, but you don't know how to like finish a piece, or you get a certain rhythm with line drawing and then you don't know how to paint. And like these things are developed over time, like your communication with nature and your ability to conquer these things, conquer nature and light, it comes in time. Did I just fuck that up? No. Because I'm using light, like I'm manipulating light to create a character, and everybody here is watching me like control light over form, and it's all just an illusion. Thank you. I'm getting to this awkward spot where my line drawing is starting to like gel with my painting, and I'm going to like erase, remove, or smudge those lines underneath, thinking it's part of my painting, and it's a little bit awkward. So I want everything on this character to be aggressive and sinister. So even like the way light hits his wrinkles has to be done in a way that suggests like pointed aggression, like physically pointed, visually pointed aggression. Everything converging at the teeth. Is that looking cool? I'm constantly having to like flip the image. Oh, you guys can see me flip the image. Okay, well, at least you can't see me zoom out. Because I'm like constantly flipping the image and zooming in and zooming out, and it makes me sick when I watch the replay. Thank you. I need like fresh eyes on this guy. So a weird situation's occurring where like the shadow of this eye right here, and like right here in this area doesn't match the shadow in this area. So like there's much more white here, but I really like how this is. I'm just trying to decide on what the final image should look like. Maybe it should be more like this. I think that's much more sinister, and it brings in some more of this black that I like on the other side. it's not anatomically correct, but I mean, I think I could take some license. Like, I think that's cooler, right? Like, what's cooler? Maybe like this. I don't know, but this guy's gonna need some Formula Phi. I'm stuck to royalty free music. There. Wait, was that royalty free? Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, I hope the revulsion's a good revulsion. I grew up on like Are You Afraid of the Dark, which wasn't that scary, but it was really surreal. Yeah, so I can see, like, when I flip the image, I'm going to do this a couple of times and you'll see what I mean. If you look in between his eyes, you can see how different they are. But I think this is okay because the light is coming from this direction. So it makes more sense to have more white here than here. I mean, I think that's okay. I'm going to go with it. But maybe I have to turn it a little bit more though. I think it's a little too aggressively falling off. So I think I have to just turn this in more. So like something like this. There, now it looks like it's turning into the eye socket, I guess, whatever it's called. I love academic drawing, but I'm not going to study all the names are of these things. I should erase this. Okay, I think I want to pop out. I want to finish this area. Because I start to like wonder where I should be going with a certain area. And if I dwell too long, I realize I need more information. So I have to go into like other areas and render those out to inform more of the painting. If that makes sense. So it's like going back and forth between the nose, then the eye, then the mouth, and the nose. $9:02. So I've been streaming for an hour. I think that was my goal. Yeah, hopefully when I'm done painting, he'll look complete and understandable and like I intend for him to look, without confusing the audience too much. Maybe you can start to see where I'm going with it here. I'm gonna end the stream in a few minutes. What I'm gonna do beforehand is just get this area done, and then I'll be saying goodnight. I think an hour-long stream, and for having the turnout that I had tonight, I think that's a great start. So thank you for everybody who's signed on to watch me. And I'm wondering what would be a realistic schedule. Like I've got so much going on right now that I can't commit too much time to this, but I do want to start engaging and showing off more of my work, because I do this stuff on my leisure and I never share it. So I made a commitment early on in this painting that nothing in the shadow in the black areas will get as dark. No, will get as light as anything in the white. So this is competing with this, I think, here. But I have to have some sort of like definition in this brow area. Yeah, something like that. Maybe that's even a little bit too wonky. Maybe like this. It's hard to tell, but I know that when I look at it with fresh eyes, I'll be able to like identify the issue right away. I think that's good for, I think it's good for right now. I'll continue on. I'll continue with the piece for sure. I want to finish this. But now I'm in this like place of not wanting to end. I mean, not wanting to draw, but wanting to end my stream. So I think I better leave it before I do something I don't want to with the drawing. Like make a mistake and I can't recover on live feed. I get into this like mood of just wanting to draw forever. Like my afterlife is just like, I want to have an art studio over like a river. Like everything that I wanted in life, I'm going to get in my afterlife. Without interest. For free and without interest. Okay, I don't want to get sloppy. Let's see the before and after. on Procreate, I can actually show you all the steps I took to get to this point, but I'm on Photoshop. So before, and in 1 hour and 8 minutes, before, after. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you have a good night.